What's up, Ego Hackers? Welcome to CS Joseph Podcast. I'm your host, CS Joseph, and we are doing even more questions because that's how it is. And of course, we have 8 Rules for Love ongoing as well, and I believe the next episode is the 8 Rules for Loving INTJs. Or it is, yes, I believe it is. And then also we have Hypocrisy of INFJs that is also going to be releasing in the members area, if it hasn't already, and Hypocrisy of ISFJs as well this month. If you want to get in on that action, csjoseph.life/members, become a journeyman member so you can get access to all of that awesome private content. Make sure you guys also watch the Cutting Edge podcast. There's years of episodes, and most episodes are like 2 hours long of crazy psychological awesomeness. So yeah, especially we had a fantastic episode with Chris Taylor recently. He was a guest on the show, and it was incredible. It was absolutely incredible, talking about guidance functions. If you want to learn more about guidance functions, I highly recommend you get a membership. So anyway, today's question, how do I help an ISTP feel better about themselves? This is actually an insanely easy question. Because remember, ISTPs have fear of not being accepted or liked by other people. That's due to extroverted feeling inferior. And they go out of their way, even to the point of overcompensating their entire life they just feel unacceptable, ultimately. And literally all you have to do to get them to feel better about themselves is really just by providing them acceptance. It's not hard. It's not really even challenging. It's not challenging in any way, shape, or form. That's just kind of how they roll. And oftentimes, a lot of people see them and it's extremely harsh, extremely stubborn, very prideful, which is very normal for an ISTP. But the difference is that if you actually really care about their feelings, you have to understand, they don't care about their feelings. They don't care about what they feel. They don't make decisions based on a mood. They don't make a decision based on what's good or bad. They'll make a decision based on what's good or bad for everybody, but in terms of what they themselves value, it doesn't matter. It's not even a priority to them. So my question is why is it a priority to you to get them to feel better about themselves when they don't care to begin with? But let's say you wanted to do this, and you could do this, but it would really only be temporary. Because remember, the inferior function is an infant. It is an infant child, okay? It just does whatever it does. It likes to sleep. It likes to have a bottle, likes to be fed, likes to be held, etc. These things are normal, okay? That's what they do. And then they cry and they get upset and then they keep you up at night. And no one likes a baby crying. No one does. But when the inferior function is crying, nobody likes it, because then the demon is definitely going to be coming around the corner due to cognitive orbit. That is a thing, okay? You have to be very careful with the inferior function. So they have an FI demon. FI demon by default doesn't like anything. They don't even like themselves. They really, really don't. And because they don't like themselves, they assume everyone else around them doesn't like them either. Welcome to extroverted feeling inferior. This is why they are afraid of not being accepted by other people, because by default, they do not accept themselves. So really, this question is basically, how do I help an ISTP accept themselves? You can't. You can't. It is only something that they can do. This is why I recommend, especially STP or NFJ Templar men, read the book The Manual by W. Anton. W. Anton is an ESTP. He wrote the book, and inside the book he says, most people assume it's a pickup artist book. No, it's not. It's actually a philosophical manifesto about sexual relationships, but whatever. But the point is that in the book, W. Anton says, hey, whatever you do in life, you need to get to a point in your life where you accept yourself 100%, all of the good and the bad, because you won't be happy in life. Especially, you won't be able to get a relationship with a woman until you do, basically, right? But it's extremely difficult for ISTPs because they basically already hate themselves. They don't accept themselves because of the FI demon. And the only way for them to gain acceptance is through external sources. They cannot be, self-acceptance just doesn't really do anything for ISTPs. Oh yeah, I feel better about this. Ooh, whoop-de-doo. Who cares? I don't care. Yeah, they don't care. They really don't care. So how do you deal with that? Well, here's how. By you being caring, obviously. And since the person who's asking this question has an FI inferior, it's like maybe you should be afraid of not being grateful enough to your ISTP in your life. Actually give them a thank you. People often don't even thank ISTPs at all. Sometimes they assume ISTPs are only being helpful because they're trying to get something out of people, which guess what is often true. But sometimes, it's uncommon, not rare, but not common either. It is uncommon for an ISTP to give for the sake of giving. I'm not saying they're incapable of it, but it does happen. And it's at those moments where they are just giving to you without expecting anything in return, I think it would be wise to say thank you, and also actually provide some gratitude for once. Gratitude is a major important deal. Without gratitude, they're just going to fall apart. They're not going to have any joy in life. And then they're just going to get super mega melancholy and depressed because it's like, nobody notices me, senpai. Nobody values me. Nobody likes me. So why bother? And this is this whole crap. And yet at the same time, they realize that people don't like them and people don't accept them after a while. And then they just cover up that lack of acceptance with pride. And then they become insanely stubborn. And then you have this old codger on your hands who's incapable of listening to anybody. It's one of the worst things in the world. And then they start controlling everybody else in their life because freedom, right? They can get very controlling. So if you really want to cut through all their BS, then I highly recommend you actually just go up to them and say thank you. And then seriously, when you're thanking them, follow it up with other gestures, actions, because the only thing an ISTP cares about is action. They don't care about words. Follow up your thank you with, hey, I did this thing for you. So it's like an unexpected surprise. It's like an unexpected exchange. Were you giving them something after they've given to you, even though it wasn't expected? Oh, that's like the greatest thing to an ISTP. They love it. They absolutely love it. And that's literally how you got to live life around them. Do unexpected good things for them or give them unexpected good gifts to them, meaningful ones, valuable ones, and then do them favors and give them special treatment. You want them to feel special, you want them to feel better about themselves, then you need to give them special treatment. It's not that hard, okay? Show and prove gratitude. It's not just to say things that express gratitude. It's not good enough to express gratitude with what you say. You have to express gratitude with your actions, because that's how an ISTP will know that it's actually real and you're not being fake like most people in their life, to the point where they have so many fake people in their life that guess what? The INFP superego of the ISTP will make them fake too, because it's like, hey, if everyone else is behaving badly, that means I get to behave badly too. Or, hey, if everyone else is being irresponsible, I don't have to be responsible, which is actually ridiculous. They do have, ISTPs, you do have to be responsible if other people around you are irresponsible. Period. End of story. And if you think that's okay to live life like that, that means you're basically a loser. Yeah, you're a loser. No one's going to stick around for you. No one's going to like you. You want people to like you? Maybe you should be responsible when everyone else around you is irresponsible. Then people will like you. You might want to think about that. You might want to humble yourself just a smidge, just a little bit. And I think you actually may enjoy life as a result. So anyway, folks, thanks for watching this episode or listening to this episode on the podcast today. I'm C.S. Joseph, and I'll see you guys tonight.
You stole my heart of gold after my silver soul.